before. He's a beautiful 32-year-old man.
No, I'm not either.
I think he's very beautiful, but we're gonna make him less beautiful, more dead. Are you ready?
Hi, I'm here with my gorgeous husband, Jake. We are celebrating both Halloween, The Walking Dead, and Wake Up for Makeup's 3rd birthday. My first post ever was actually turning Jake into a zombie, and it was probably the worst zombie makeup I've ever seen. So I wanted to do at least a little better job with that. We went with a burnt to a crisp zombie for this.
That's an understatement.
If you'd like to see how we created this, just keep watching. We are starting by applying a thin layer of liquid latex and then attaching thin strips of a pulled apart cotton ball to that. If you have facial hair like Jake, please shave before you do this. I am an idiot. I should have told him to do that, and it was a nightmare removing it. We are putting liquid latex over the cotton. So we are just building layers of the cotton, and then I am attaching a Q-tip with the ends pulled off to the right side of Jake's face to make a jawbone or perhaps a tendon. I'm sticking this on with the liquid latex. You can also use eyelash adhesive. We were listening to Notorious B.I.G. Spotify radio, so there are a lot of dance moves in this. I think zombies love hip hop. Jake did tell me that the liquid latex was burning his eyes when I had it high up on his cheekbone, so I would try to keep this well below the eye area to avoid anything like that. Okay, we are finally ready to add color over the textured skin we've created. So I'm using my Dinair Airbrush, and I am using a combination throughout the video of a pale skin color mixed with black, with red in there too. So I'm just building and building, trying to create the illusion of burnt skin. If you aren't doing a burnt zombie, you probably will do more of the actual flesh tone, or maybe just a slightly darkened, grayed out flesh tone, and maybe not just go as dark as I did. So for creating the exposed teeth, I am actually just using some acrylic nails that you can buy and trim to fit. When I first put them on, you'll see they're way too big, and then Jake actually pointed out that they would be much smaller than that, and I would need a lower section as well. So I ended up taking them off, trimming them down, and doing top and bottom teeth. And you will want to dirty those teeth up. This zombie has obviously been feeding, so you'll want to put some red and some dark colors on there and kind of create the gums around the teeth. I really wish I would have blended this gum line and teeth way better into Jake's actual mouth, but hey, this was the first time we've done as elaborate of zombie makeup. Obviously the first time I did it was atrocious. I'm continuing to use my airbrush to darken underneath those new layers of skin we created, kind of pulling them up and spraying the airbrush behind it to add some dimension, kind of create scabs, things like that. You can actually hold your airbrush gun in one place for too long so that the paint or the makeup actually starts to drip down as well. So I am creating more of that texture on Jake's forehead by applying that layer of liquid latex first and then pressing the cotton pieces over that. I am adding a cheekbone or perhaps a tendon, I'm not sure what those are, with another Q-tip, and then I'm just kind of going back and forth between airbrush, cream makeup, building up more layers, bringing in some fake blood on a stipple sponge. It's just a very multi-layered process and something you kind of figure out as you go along. I decided to turn the skin on Jake's forehead into something like a gunshot wound or just a really large injury area. So that I cover with a lot of the red airbrush and the fake blood. I felt like his eyes looked too healthy, so I am putting some redness underneath them there. You'll want to use a darker red or even a black to fill in the recessed areas, just so you do have more dimension and it looks 3D and like they are actual scabs. Here I am filling in between those teeth some more. Again, I think this is the part about the look that bothers me most, is just that I think these teeth could have been blended so much better into Jake's actual mouth line, but I don't really feel like doing this over, so it is what it is.
So, how does this work? You just kind of talk about yourself and it goes on my dating profile then, or? I grew up in the Midwest, in a small town in southeast Iowa. Lived there my whole life, just played baseball. Figured out I had a passion for photography after that. Obviously eating people, but is that something that is, you know, good to say on a site like this? Anyway, yeah, just haven't really found the right one. And, you know, I've heard a lot of good things about Match.com, and you know, it's kind of a specific niche of clientele that I'm looking for, but, you know, I'm hoping that I really meet the right one here and can finally keep my hands and teeth off of her. No. I think I look terrific, adding some color, so yeah, I think I'm ready to take on the world.
Well, thank you guys for watching. We will see you next Halloween.